this is a topic I've been bringing up down in Santa Clara.
It's a
The
good one.
identity. Now, Mike Silver had a great article after the Niners lost to the Cardinals. He spoke to a player off the record, and the player said, good teams have an identity. What's our identity? So this is a concept they're talking about inside the Niners. And to me, the identity is obvious. I mean, when they've been good, well, really, they've always had one identity since Shanahan's been here. It's a run first team. Obviously. Yes. It's a run first team. When they won in 2019, they were second in rushing attempts. They were really good at running, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. They play Arizona. Arizona just puts some like a certain defense on the field, 6 defense, whatever. And Kyle's like, "Oh, we can't run today. Sorry, guys, we're not doing that. We're going to throw."
You don't want to end up in 3rd and 12s.
Sorry, can't do that today. We're going to throw 49 times and throw and run 10 times. Here's why they can't do that. You know, if they had because of the offensive line, it's not about Jimmy. It's about the offensive line. It's built to run block. It's not built to pass block.
That's true.
So I know, like, if you had a better offensive line, you could say, yeah, we're going to take what the defense gives us, and today we're going to win throwing. But you didn't build your team that way, Kyle. You built your team to win running, because when you pass, you have one asset on your offensive line, your left tackle. The other 4 guys are shaky. When you run, you got Trent Williams, you got George Kittle, you got Kyle Juszczyk, you got Laken Tomlinson. You got 4 guys at the point of attack on the left. I mean, and plus you got Elijah Mitchell. So you running to the left, especially outside the tackles, is deadly. And if defense is overplay to stop it, there's a million ways to make them pay for that. You have to stick to that because you need to play to the strength of your blockers.
Yes.
As soon as you say, well, we're going to drop back 50 times, well, then you can count on maybe 5 sacks, a bunch of penalties, a bunch of drops, a couple fumbles, and an interception. Just bad execution across the board. When you run, it's much better execution.
The vast majority of turnovers this season have happened while the 49ers are attempting to pass the ball. It's not while they're rushing. And they're not a good enough team to overcome these types of penalties and turnovers. Right. They just don't have the explosive plays. I struggle with Shanahan saying that, well, you can't run against that front when there are 6 guys on the line, 8 in the box. You're going to end up in a lot of 3rd and 12s. When the very first play of the game was against that 6-man line for the Cardinals, Elijah Mitchell, because he's special, breaks the first tackle and goes for 9.
Yep. Give him a
so
chance.
You're not always going to end up in 3rd and 12 if you run against that front. But then you go to 5 straight passes. And what happens? You're off the field lickety-split because, to your point, that's not really your strength. The biggest question I have is, if that's your strength, if that's your identity, why are you allowing other teams to dictate to you how you approach them, how you attack them? If that's your strength, then attack them with your strength. Show them it's your strength. Execute on your strength. It's very puzzling and very frustrating.
Believe in your strength. And once again, in the Super Bowl, when you lost, where were those outside runs for Mostert and Debo in the second half?
Right.
They were gone.
Got away from it.
You got to believe in your strength. And again, like, weigh it. When you run, Trent Williams, George Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk, Laken Tomlinson, all these guys, assets. When you pass, Trent Williams, Alex Mack could whiff. Daniel Brunskill could whiff. You got Tom Compton at right tackle.
Tom Compton.
Laken Tomlinson is nothing special in pass protection. Like, it's not even Jimmy's fault. And then you got Jimmy, who is a little turnover prone. And then you got these wide receivers who can't catch a cold. And then you got Kittle, who's fumbling, and Debo, who's. I'm just saying, good things happen when you run to the left. And if the Niners aren't good enough to just be like, we're not going to do that today, and we're still going to win. You're not good enough to do that. Maybe the Falcons were in 2016, but this team that you put together, Kyle, isn't.
I have to agree. I will have to stand up for my man George Kittle fumbling. He did fumble single. He's only lost 1 in his career. I know it was a big one and it just happened. But my man George.
Week one.
Week one. This was his second lost fumble?
Week 1, the onside kick. The onside kick.
Yes.
Yeah.
That counts as a muff, but yes, you're right. That should be a fumble.
George, get it together.